and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is the monthly reading for June 2026 for the water sign Cancer. Cancer, I do hope that you are doing well. As you can see, I have shuffled off camera just to save a little bit of time, and I've laid the spread here. So we're going to be doing the 10 card Celtic cross spread using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Just a note before I get into the reading, I would just like to first apologize. I know I've been missing in action for the last few months. Just been dealing with some personal issues, which has really just made it impossible for me to record these readings. But hopefully things are back on track. So I hope to get through these monthlies and get back to my monthly, mid-monthly regular postings. All right, here we go. First, well, before I talk about the reading as a whole, I would just say you have a significant number of major arcanas, especially here in sort of the the latter part of the month. So mid-June leading into July, you have all major arcanas down this row, right? But in the spread itself, you have 5 out of the 10 cards, so half of the spread made up of major arcanas, which just tells me that it could be a month with significant change, right? Significant based on the cards that are here, and significant events coming in. So a lot of divine timing and orchestration at play as you move through the month. But let's get going. So center of your spread seems to be a focus on your career, on your finances, on the money that you earn, because you have the 8 of Pentacles crossed by the 3 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles, oftentimes referred to as the apprentice card, it's about perfecting your craft. So putting in the time and work and hard effort to one, become as good as you can become doing whatever it is that you do, and this can sometimes look like you taking additional courses, doing sort of on-the-job training, getting additional certifications to position yourself in a good position within the company. But also if you're thinking about changing jobs, just getting additional skills that would help you if that's what you're looking to do. But a focus on your career. The suit of Pentacles itself has to do with the money that we earn, the work that we do. It's our home, our family, and it's helped or hindered by the 3 of Pentacles, which can be sometimes the 3 of Pentacles shows up if you've reached a short-term goal and you are now kind of thinking about, okay, so this is great, do I need to team up with anybody else to get me from this 3 of Pentacles all the way to the 10 of Pentacles, like the ultimate in Pentacles energy, right, in the minor arcana. Sometimes the 3 of Pentacles shows up if you are entering into, for example, a new department, a new team. It's teamwork, so working with others to achieve some type of goal or common objective in the workplace. 3s are also in the tarot, they represent growth potential, right, and expansion. So expansive energy. Sorry for moving the camera, but I was trying to position it a bit closer. There we go. Sorry for that. Just so you can see as I'm sitting here. So growth potential surrounding and possibly partnering up with others, right, joining into a new team in order to achieve this. So focus on your career and finances center stage. In the deep past, you have the Knight of Wands, and recent past, you have the Queen of Wands. So fire energy here, both court cards. So it could be dealing with fire sign individuals, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. With the Knight of Wands, could be more of like a middle-aged fire sign individual. Queen of Wands could be an older fire sign, could even be like a mother figure, mother of your children, just an older fire sign. But in general readings, and these cards are not gender specific, so male or female. But fast-paced energy. The suit of Wands, it has to do with the work that we do. It can be creative projects and endeavors, and then our own drive, passion, determination, ambition for those things. The knights in the tarot go off on quests and they bring back offers. In this case, this could be a job offer coming in, right? And it's quite exciting, whatever this news is, or this new offer. And with this Queen of Wands showing up after it in the recent past, there could be some growth potential surrounding whatever this new offer is. You could be taking on the energy of this Queen of Wands, who is usually, she's very dynamic. She's very good at, if she is starting up something new, she has kind of she's great at multitasking, so she has the skills necessary to be very productive, but very successful as well in whatever this new endeavor is. So news coming in, depending on when you are, sorry, wrong place, on when you are watching the video, you might have already experienced this, so you might have already had this news come in, this new offer. And you have crowning the reading, Major Arcana number 17, so the first of your Major Arcana showing up. So a message from your higher self. The Star card is associated with the air sign of Aquarius. It's number 17 of the Major Arcana. And it has to do with, well, it can be sort of star potential. So you standing out from the rest of the crowd. So, if this is you within the work sector, it's you getting the promotion, it's you standing out, right? You really being highlighted, or, the spotlight being on you for something that you have done, which, following this Queen of Wands, it doesn't surprise me. For others, this could be you in the spotlight, as in, if you are on social media, if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have recently started up one, right? You might have one of your videos go viral, right? This is you having that viral moment, but it's you in the spotlight in some way. The Star card is also about healing, so there could be some type of healing involved, whether this is physically healing, just recovery, if you've been injured or recovering from a surgery, this card is also great energy for that. The Star can also speak of wish fulfillment. So this is, you've set your intentions, put them out into the world, and out into the universe, and just really trusted that the universe would, come through, would provide, would answer whatever those wishes were. So wish fulfillment. So what is it? Wish upon a star. What is it that you have wished for? Because it seems like this month, those wishes could definitely be coming true for you. Oh, interesting. I just noticed, I didn't see this before. So you actually have the Knight, the Queen, and the King of Wands. So for some of you, these could be divine counterparts, because we have the King and the Queen. But, similar to what I have already mentioned about the Queen of Wands, this King of Wands, especially if you are starting up your own business, sort of new business ventures, or new business development, this King of Wands is a perfect energy for that. He has the vision, right? He is that go-getter. He's you can see he has the crystal ball here in front of him, representing this this vision. He's a very visionary type of energy. So yeah, it's very strong, right? Very, very strong energy surrounding your career, it seems, this month. Now, I'm going to move some of these, getting into the sort of latter part of the month here. You actually show up as the Fool. So this is where we have all of the major arcanas. So 0, right? The Fool is the 0, the first of the major arcana. And the Fool is about starting this brand new cycle, right? It's the first of the major arcanas and represents this new beginning. So it's having taking that leap of faith, having faith in the universe, that again, the universe will provide, and trusting, right? Trusting that even if it is a little scary, especially if you're starting off or embarking upon this new business venture, or a new job, or whatever it might be, that it's, everything will work out. So you're being guided to go, right, head in this new direction. Surrounding you in your environment, we have Major Arcana number 12. This is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, you can see he's upside down, right, in the tree here. And you can see that obviously, by being in this position, right, he is able to gain a new perspective on a situation. If he were right way up, he would not be able to see the things the same way that he's able to by being in this slightly uncomfortable position, right? Upside down. But he also knows that it's a necessary thing for him to do, and it can represent a delay when the hangman shows up, but again, it's a necessary delay. So if there is some type of timing delay, just understand that there are things going on behind the scenes, that there's a reason for this delay. It doesn't mean that things aren't going to move forward or they aren't going to progress. There's just something, things need to align behind the scenes. So there's this necessary delay in the process. The Hanged Man is associated with the water sign, fellow water sign Pisces, right? Can't remember if I said about the Fool. Apologies if I didn't. Associated with the air sign Aquarius. So possible delays in, to this new cycle or new beginning. I'll show you these two together. So we have in your hopes and fears, Major Arcana number 14, Temperance. And your outbound energy for the month, as you head into the month of July, you have Major Arcana number 2, the High Priestess. So Temperance, number 14, is associated with the fire sign of Sagittarius, and the High Priestess is associated with the water sign of Cancer. So this is you, right? Just you showing up again strongly here in the spread with this Cancerian energy, Cancer. And the Temperance card in your hopes and fears, I think you are hoping for balance to be restored. The Temperance card is all about moderation. It's about balance being restored in some area of your life, right? The Temperance comes after, and the Major Arcana comes after the Devil, which can represent, things out of balance, right? Things in excess. So the Temperance comes in to sort of restore balance. But it's also a card of healing. So we have a second card that can speak of healing. She's also combining, right, pouring this water from one cup into the other chalice, and creating something brand new. So she's manifesting, right, there's alchemy being performed here, right, and creating this beautiful rainbow. So something quite unexpected being created out of a situation, possibly. Could be with this new, entering into this new department or, team, whatever this might be. But this is what, you're hoping for, this balance to be restored. Maybe things have been out of balance in the work sector, right? And you're just being guided here with the High Priestess showing up to really tap into your intuition. She is a highly intuitive energy. She sits between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. And, she does encourage us to tap into our own intuition, right? So paying attention to signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, right? So there's angel numbers throughout the daytime. If you are in the car, you check your watch, you check the mileage, and we have 111, 222, 333, those types of repeating numbers. That's the universe trying to, communicate. What is it that you're thinking at that time, right? What's going on around you at that time? Really pay attention to these things as you head into the next month. Also at nighttime, in dreams, right? So pay attention to any messages that you might receive at nighttime. Might be a good time to keep a dream journal. And bottom of the deck, I'll take these two actually. So the card actually at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands, which can be, you very much in the driver's seat, right? Staring down two paths. You're at a crossroads and you're deciding which path you want to go down. So this could be choosing between two jobs. So staying in one job, heading in a new direction, but it's you very much in control of this, wherever you're heading, right? Of this new journey. And immediately beneath it, we have the Ten of Wands, which is an end to a particularly, challenging, tiresome, cycle in your life, right? Again, in the work sector, because both of these are Wands cards. So, ending out this one cycle, choosing to head down or off in a new direction. And I feel that it will be a new direction for you, right? With you as showing up as the Fool. But a definite focus this month. I don't see any cards really, speaking about like love and relationships. It seems like it's a month where you are very much focused on career, right? And these new opportunities within your career sector. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. Look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of June. Bye for now.